A third-party collective comes to USC athletics, in spite of what the school actually wants. UCLA isn't recruiting in football, and that's by design. And the Lakers offense no longer runs through LeBron James, allegedly. Hi, I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is Faithful Angelenos. It's August 10th, 2022, and I am stuck in Denver International Airport, basically taking the red eye so I can get a job that'll get me a little extra money in Joe Biden's America. But let's talk some LA sports. I want to thank the new subscribers who joined the channel. Appreciate every last one of you. If you like the content we put out over the last 5 months, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's the notifications bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new clips. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist, and by all means, comment. I'm stranded in an airport, people. We need some conversation. Now, before we take a look at the news and notes, take a peek over at the scoreboard. Max Muncy hit a home run. He went 2 for 5, and the Dodgers increased their winning streak to 9 games with a 10-3 victory over Minnesota. Dodgers have a 16-game lead in the NL West. Meanwhile, in the opposite end of the spectrum, why are we bothering? Connecticut 97, the Sparks 71. Maybe the Sparks are eliminated. Who cares? I'm not going to check. They're 13-21. By the way, for tonight, Minnesota's playing the Dodgers at 7 p.m. That's Ryan Pepio. He's 1-0. Sonny Gray, 6-3. Now, USC boosters, they're all excited about Lincoln Riley, right? They abandoned ship during Clay Helton, but now they're back. And they want to launch an NIL collective called Student Body Right. Now, for those of you who don't know what NIL stands for, what it means is it's basically a way to pay the athletes at USC by using their name, image, likeness. NIL. Gets them a little bit of change so they can work with. What these guys plan on doing is they plan on providing, quote, the equivalent of a base salary for academically eligible football players. Basically have them do some charitable work, give them some money for the process. However, it's making USC nervous. See, they prefer their own creation. They went to an agency, they created this thing called the Boulevard, BLVD. It's a way to pay all the athletes, but the reason that USC prefers that is that they can make sure that they're in compliance with the NCAA. Have no idea if this student body right thing is going to be as ethical. Time's going to tell. Meanwhile, also for the Trojans, they tracked down ex-Hawaii coach June Jones because he authored the biggest single-season turnaround in college football history. Hawaii, before he arrived, was 0-12. The first year he's there, they boomerang right up to 9-4 back in 1999. Now, they asked him what he thought of the Trojans. He thinks USC can be big. The important thing, he said, quote, is that the quarterback transferred with the coach. Basically, the idea that Caleb Williams will go along with Lincoln Riley, they'll be on the same page. Speaking of USC quarterbacks, though, commit Malachi Nelson, the class of 2023. Oh boy, he hasn't exactly signed the paperwork yet. And he is dropping pics on social media wearing a Texas A&M jersey now. Whoops. I only say that to see if grown men will pee blood over the impulsiveness of a high school student. We'll figure it out as the thing goes along. UCLA football coach Chip Kelly, meanwhile, credit to the LA Times for finding this out. His recruiting classes have dwindled year after year. For example, when he comes in 2018, 27, drops to 22, 20, 18, 11, and now for the class of 2023, 6. Meanwhile, transfers from other schools gone in the opposite direction, from 2, 3, 5, 8, and now 13. And he was actually a little cold-blooded when he talked about it. I appreciate the honesty. The reason he's using all the transfers? Self-preservation. Yeah. The way he's looking at it is like, look, you had me recruit a freshman, have him sit out a year as a redshirt, and then have him play 4 years. I don't even know if I'm going to be there for 5 years at UCLA. Now, that's not an exact quote, but that's his thought process, is what he's saying. Quote, we don't look at it as recruiting, we look at it as team building. Appreciate the honesty, Coach. Really do. Lakers coach Darvin Ham said there's going to be a wrinkle to the offense. It's going to run through Anthony Davis, not LeBron James, allegedly. He told Yahoo Sports that he talked it over with LeBron and James signed off on it, allegedly. There's also going to be another wrinkle. The team is hoping that Russell Westbrook can bump up his three-point percentage from the corner. Now, look, I don't think it's nice to call the guy Westbrook. He's a grown man. Shouldn't do it. But the corner three, that is not his shot. I am not confident about that at all. Other news for the Lakers, from the Bucks, Giannis, and let's be real, none of us know how to pronounce his last name, so we'll credit him like a male model and call him Giannis. Well, Giannis thinks that LeBron James is still the best player on the planet. And that's really sweet of him. I don't buy it. Rams coach Sean McVay said he signed a contract extension. The GM Les Snead, not yet. McVay is 55-26 in 5 years with a Super Bowl and 2 Super Bowl appearances with the Rams. Snead, he's been with the Rams for 10 years, dating back to their days in that hellhole known as St. Louis. Also for the Rams, signs point to Tutu Atwell to get a good look during the preseason. The Rams, what they like to do is they'll bench their starters, their first team, both offense and defense. Atwell missed a lot of time last year due to injury. This is his chance to make up for things, show out a little bit. Cornerback Troy Hill, he was reacquired by the Rams from Cleveland in the offseason. He's already talked about extending with LA. They love him. And he likes them right back. So the idea is that he could play the star position when Jalen Ramsey is off the field. Galaxy manager Greg Vanney said that incoming European transfer Ricky Puig will play as a central midfielder, an attacking central midfielder. Now the Galaxy might even change their formation to a 4-3-3. If they keep the 4-2-3-1, he'll be in the center of the three, but they'll kind of angle him up towards the striker to try to create a little bit more offense. Speaking of strikers, what about Chicharito? His contract's up at the end of the year. So he's starting to basically put some feelers out there as to where he could land. Now there's a story in the Mexican press that says Chicharito might wind up landing with Chivas Guadalajara. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Okay, I mean, that story, I don't trust a lot of the foreign press, and this story was actually poorly written without any direct quotes, so I'm not sure I buy it. But Chicharito was directly quoted, saying that he would play for Manchester United for free. Now, he's had success there before. He played for Manchester United and won the Premier League twice in 5 years. New manager Eric Ten Hag needs a striker. Now, Chicharito is saying, look, this is just a thought for the future. Quote, in my mind, I'm 100% with LA. At least until further notice. But seriously, folks. For the Chargers, Coach Brandon Staley missed Tuesday's practice. His son had foot surgery. He is expected to be back with the team today. So it's not a big thing. But I would say for this, if you're a fan of the Bolts, keep an eye on wide receiver Joshua Palmer. He's trying to be the third wide receiver with the team. The reason I say that, let's say it's the end of the year. What if the Chargers did the unthinkable and moved on from Keenan Allen? Palmer has the same skill set, the same build. If Palmer shows out this year and they they let Keenan Allen walk, they save $15 million. What do you do with that 15? Could you use it to keep safety Derwin James? Just a thought. Just a thought. It's been a while since we've closed on notes from the Dodgers. Justin Turner, he was activated from the injured list. He had an abdominal strain. He was out for a while. They never saw anything that was structurally wrong. The Orange County Register's J.P. Hornstra said the Nationals wanted 6 or 7 prospects from L.A. in order to acquire Juan Soto. They definitely wanted Diego Cartaya, the top position player. They also definitely wanted Bobby Miller, the top pitcher. Then 2 or 3 more from the top 5. And again, 6 or 7 prospects overall. And that's why he's in San Diego, Soto is. Finally, relief pitcher Yency Almonte's MRI showed that there was no damage, so we'll figure out how long he's out. As for the rest of the bullpen, Blake Trinan, Bruzadar Gratterall, they're going to start rehab assignments on Friday. Now, if you enjoyed today's episode of Faithful Angelenos, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are trying to build something here for LA Sports. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.